innovative content, global audience.
Deportation has numerous detrimental impacts on individuals, their family, and communities they are forced to leave behind. When a society looks away from her youth and women, unproductivity, unrest becomes the order of the day. When we see organizations taking it upon themselves to build and impact the lives of the youth and women, we can't help but to celebrate them. Now, there is a group whose passion is to mentor girls and youth facing the horror of deportation in our society. It is aimed at to make society a better place for youth and women and everyone to live in. Good morning, viewers. This is Community Heroes, where we celebrate people who have been able to impact positively into the lives of the youth and women, children as well. And you know how we do it here. These people, they are not just there. Like every other person would say, it's not my business. But this group of persons have been able over the years to impact into the lives of others. They are worth celebrating, and that is why I'm here this morning. Good morning, viewers. I am reaching you from our SRTV studio here in the world's capital city, London. And this is Community Hero. I have with me viewers live on the show. OLUWAGBEMISOLA LAWAL. He is the Executive Director of Building Bridges for Youth Initiatives. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma. The name is OLUWAGBEMISOLA.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can you hear me, sir? So tell
yes,
us.
I can hear you.
Yes, we know that you have a lot of mentorship program. You are building a lot of young people, especially women that have faced with deportation here and there, and the youth as well. Where did that start from, sir?
Okay, we started in 2016, and we got registered in 2018. We got registered in October 2018. Okay. Not just women. Our focus is on youth. Our focus is on, if you do a research, you'll notice that Nigeria is a source country of trafficking and illegal migration. So the NGO came about to tackle them from the onset. We are getting in touch with them so as to discourage them from embarking on such journeys that are not profiting. So, and in the past, even up to now, many organizations in the UK and in Europe generally has been reaching out to us before any set of individuals are deported back to Nigeria. They reach out to us and we engage them in various vocational fields. But what we notice most time, more often than not, is that some of the deportees always want to return back to any other country. They don't want to stay.
Would you blame them with the current economic situation and of course the unemployment rate in that country? Would you blame these youths?
No, I will not on one hand, and on the other hand, I will. Now, when most of them are trying out of the country.
If your network is not very strong, I'll be happy if you could connect to, I said that before, to a very strong network. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you. I feel my network is okay.
All right, go ahead, sir. I said, would you blame them? You said yes. I asked why.
No, I said on one hand, I will. Because if you notice the amount of money they put into the aspect of jetting out of the country, you know that with that amount, they can do something here. They can set up a business here and have good profits.
Sir, but the way, yes, go ahead.
The average person that will travel out now will spend nothing less than 4.5 million naira.
Okay.
With less than that, you can set up a business here and do something profitable here. So that is why coming in as a source country, Nigeria being a source country, we try to catch them young and get them involved in various skills and empower them in ways we can.
Okay. Now, sir, we're talking about mentoring young girls, youths, in this kind of mentorship program. How is it like? Well, we know things like this. Funding is usually not very easy. So, how is it like funding all this? Hello, sir. Okay, viewers.
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I said, how is it like funding? Your network is very bad, and that is why we're having this slow movement, because your network is not strong enough. Can you put the phone down, sir? Okay, we're having a little bit of network issue with Mr. Lawan there. His own organization is aimed at bringing up, mentoring young girls, youth, to become better people in the society, especially those faced with deportation. You know how it is in a society where you go somewhere and you think, okay, I'm starting all over. Probably you would have sold off all your things and then you are back to nothing. And it's quite amazing to see that he has put up something like this to bring up these people, to mentor them into different skills as to becoming better people in the society. Sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What network are you using, sir? Because I know it's dragging. That is my issue right now.
You're on MTN.
Oh, I don't know what's happening, but the network is not very good. Oh, I was asking, sir, how is it funding all this? We know you do a lot of things for these youths. So how is funding like? Are you getting support?
Okay, funding. We have as an organization 4 years now, going into 5 years. We have not requested for funding from any organization, any individual. We tax ourselves, and we have our partners, our facilitators. Those, when I say facilitators, I'm talking about individuals that engage them in various skill acquisition.
Wow. And now,
so
sir,
we've not had any cost.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, we've not had any cost to request for funding from anywhere.
Wow, that is quite amazing. You are doing well. We stay well done. Now, viewers, will go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue with Mr. Lawal. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Srtv. Innovative content, global audience.
It's politics time on Srtv with your one and only host, Dr. Chris.
We all must be part of the governance. So join Daddy Chris every day 8 p.m. to dissect on the political situation in Nigeria.
Hello viewers, you're welcome back from that quick break. Yes, Mr. Lawan. So talking about you, how the president, like you say, that some of them are not even winning. What you've noticed is that they want to still go back to where they're coming from. How is that like? What do you do to convince them to stay and do something meaningful back home?
Can you check the question again? I didn't get that.
Sir, I said you did say that some of these youth, what you have noticed so far is that they are not willing to stay back home. They just want to go back to where they are coming from. Now, how is it like, how hard it is for you to convince them to stay back home and do something meaningful with their lives?
I would say, if you put that into percentage, I would say we have just been able to convince them 12%.
Wow.
Now, many of them still want to go back. Considering the economic realities we face in the country now, many of them still want to go. And despite all what we are doing and trying to convince them, they are saying it's because we have options, that they don't have options. Now, those that are deported or those that return, when we even try to engage them, we notice that I think we had up to 5 instances.
Okay, Mr. Lawan, your network is not doing us well at all today, but we just have to manage what we have with him. Now, viewers, he is the executive director, like I did said earlier on the show. Now, this organization, one thing I love about his own NGO is quite different from the rest. I was going to ask him that actually, that a lot of people are into different aspects when we talk about NGO, but this is something quite amazing. You know, there is this stigma that comes with being deported. I don't know for what reason, but there is a way they feel and the way the society make these people feel. And for that reason, you see that when they come, they are not themselves. They are usually traumatized. They're usually not very okay for a period of time. And if this NGO has actually deemed it fit to mentor these people, not just to mentor them, but to even bring them into, where they can have skills, where they can do something to benefit themselves and people around, that will actually be a very good way to start all over, because this is you starting all over. This is you trying to, like, when you thought you're up there, you're down here, and I know that feeling. Mr. Lawa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, now you were just saying something, but like I said, your network is very bad. Now there is the risk. There is a risk aspect of this journey, right? We have seen cases where migrants die in the course of their journey. Both drown, risky journey. How can we cope this legally?
We have some returnees and deportees that give us real-time experiences of what they encountered when they wanted to go.
Okay.
Now, most of them don't have the documents. Okay. So in that case, you know the process of getting a visa, you need the document, the documentation aspect, the financial aspect, as proof of funds. When they don't have it, they move to the desert, through Niger, and they pass through Libya, and they want to enter the Mediterranean Sea. Now, at each point of the way, beginning from Nigeria here, before they get to Agadez in Niger, they are being sold off.
Wow.
The person that will buy them, the individual that will traffic them is by the way. You won't even know that that's what will happen. You will pay, not knowing that payment has been made for you in Niger. From Niger, they will pass through the desert. It gets to a time where they start taking turns to take their own urine. Wow. If both of us are traveling there now, I'll be expecting you to ease yourself and I'll drink your urine. If somebody is sick, they don't waste time they just treat the person as carcass. You see dead bodies, skeletons on the way, And when you get to Niger, and when you get to Libya, there's another set of traffickers that will pick you up there. He has paid for you, and you start another journey. Now you start getting to work. You don't have to work to be able to buy your freedom. Now let's not even go to the aspect of the ladies. As they get there, they become sex slaves. All the I don't know if would I say bandits and all the traffickers, they'll just pick the one they want and be getting involved with them as much as they can. The experience is not it's not something joyful at all. So we have been trying as much as possible to create awareness to dissuade those that want to venture into that, and then try to encourage them that if you are traveling out, let it be with your normal documentation and the normal process.
Wow, this is so horrifying. And why do you focus on this aspect of this program you're doing? We see that a lot of people are involved in different areas, but your own is quite, there's something unique, because this is something that is actually destroying the youth, especially those who are traveling, like you mentioned, without the proper documents. Now, why did you focus on people who are facing deportation and young youth as well? Hello, Mr.
Sorry, I did
Lawal,
get your
can
question.
you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
I say, why the focus on people deported and youths as well?
Okay, we focus on them because the youth is the strength of any nation. The youth is the engine room of any nation. Now, I think there's a statistic that says that talked about the number of youths. I've forgotten it. That talked about the number of youths that will be in Africa as compared to the Western world. And I think 2050 or so, they are even saying many of the countries in the Western world won't have enough workforce. So everything comes down to Africa, and these youths that are supposed to be able to have faith in their own country are the ones that are committing, I wouldn't call what they are doing as intentional suicide. Because as we are talking now, there are those that have started going and doing everything possible. And they have many ways of doing this. Most times they get the normal visa and they overstay. Most times when they get their visa and they get to the destination country, they burn their international passports, so there won't be any trace back to Nigeria. Now, there's this woman in Lampedusa that was even freed, a Nigerian woman, and she was supposed to be returned back to Nigeria. And she said she prefers to die in that icy water than to get back to Nigeria. So that's to show you the extent to which some of them have gone to completely lose faith in the country.
Now, sir, you did make mention of creating awareness. How effective are we getting with regards to raising awareness? Because this is something very, very serious that we need to curb as a matter of urgency.
Yes, though of course there are many other organizations that have been doing some things about creating awareness, but for building bridges, we are in I think we are in Abuja, we are in Makurdi, we are in Lagos. So that's the extent to which we have been able to create that awareness. Now we even published a book, a set of poems that treated every aspects in terms of the reports and feedbacks we get in the course of our engaging with deportees. So we've been trying as much as we can to create that awareness. Though I will say it has not been too effective, considering our population size.
Now, also, sir, now you did make mention of a lady who, after the whole a situation over there. She still insisted of dying there instead of coming home. Now, this is
Yes.
something very serious, and we still have a lot of people over there. They are not doing well. They are in slavery, captivity, and when they will have a chance, they are not willing to come. Now, what can we do about such people?
It boils down to the government. The government just need to make the country conducive in terms of employment and otherwise. They need to do everything possible to make the youth believe in the country.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you.
Yes, sir. And me, I know this is quite horrifying, like I did say earlier. It's when you hear things like this, sometimes you think like it's a lie or something. But from what you've said, because you are in that NGO and this is your job, you've seen so far that it's something that all hands must be on deck to make sure we keep sensitizing the people, creating more awareness to make sure that the youths they believe in themselves. That is where it starts from. But sir, apart from the government now coming in to take a part in this, let's talk about the youths now. What do you think we should do as youths? Because if the government is not working
It's
and they
as
are
if
not willing to work, what are we supposed to do? Because it's not about the government alone. A lot of youth, like you said, you use the word that they've lost hope in that country, they've lost faith in the country. But we still have to be there because we are the future leaders.
you know the government. Why I said the government is the engine room. The government is solely responsible for creating the enabling environment. When that environment is not created, what do you expect the youth to do? You see, many of them, I said, we even empowered some of them and they sold those items we gave to them. And some of them even prefer to go to Kenya or stay in Ghana than return back here. Once they
Wow.
are deported and they are given the stipends they are supposed to use to go to the individual states, some of them will start reaching out to travel agents and asking them they just want to go out.
Wow, this is even bigger than we thought. Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, that is why we're in partnership with FCT, Abuja Secondary Education Board, where we provide teachers for STEM subjects,
Yes, I was going to
a
ask
way
you
of
that.
supporting the public schools.
Yes, I was going to
Okay.
ask you, what practical skill does your organization offer as an insensitive to encourage them to stay behind? What and what do you do?
Okay, we have people, we have barbers,
Okay,
we have DSTV installation, we
okay,
have bakers,
okay,
we have fashion, those that are into fashion, we have welders, we
okay,
have those that are into printing, we have those that are even taught farming, agricultural extension practices. There are many.
okay.
There are, at the moment, presently, even
Wow. Network, I guess.
we are not the ones we are not the ones paying them. We are not the ones paying them, but we got the job for them as a way of encouraging them to have something that is coming to them.
That is quite amazing, sir. It's quite amazing. Well done, sir. Now, tell us about the summer school. Is this part of the program? Okay, I bet we have another network issues there with Mr. Lawal. Now, hello, sir. Can you hear me now? Now, let me tell you more about these
So
NGO.
the summer
Your network is bad. We
school,
can't hear you,
can
Mr. Lava. You need to switch your network so we can get to hear you properly. Now, this NGO, their initiative is to provide mentorship program for youth, young girls and women, in part, of course, are affected by migration and deportation. They believe in creating a safe and supportive space for women to share their experiences and to learn from each other. Now, this is the good thing about it. I think when you bring them together, they learn from each other. They know that okay, this was where I had my own thoughts, your own thoughts. We learn and we make the society a better place to live in. Through their programs, they aim to break down the barriers that prevent people from fully participating in communities. They believe education and empowerment are powerful tools that can help bring people together and to create more inclusiveness in the society. Now, they also seek partners and collaborators who can share the vision of building bridges and creative opportunities for young people, deportees, women, and together they believe all can have a brighter future if we all put our hands on deck. You see that these people they mean well. Like I said, there's this stigmatization that comes from deportees, and these people they don't even feel good about themselves. You are not. I don't think there's anybody who wants to feel good that they had a life and now they are back to where they think they are going to make the greener pastures kind of feeling. Hello, Mr. Lawan. Can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Now, what support do you need from the government and international bodies to make your work more effective?
We are in the process of building a skill acquisition center.
Okay.
I think if we get support in that regard,
Okay.
that will go a long way to assist us in driving our vision and mission to a logical conclusion.
Okay. So
That's the
this
major area.
that's a major area, and you're targeting Abuja, I guess, that building.
Yes, Abuja.
Wow, that is very nice, Mr. Lawan. We know that it is not easy also bringing youth together. We know how the youth sometimes they could be stubborn. I know that. But bringing them together, trying to impact in their lives negatively is quite amazing. Dan, other than Nigerian government, are you in touch with the UN?
Yes, we're in touch with the department of the UN, United Nations Organization on Drugs and Crime. It's
Okay.
is a part of the UN. They have their office in the head office in Austria,
Okay.
and we've been invited even in the month of October 4th and October 29th. We are going there to make a presentation on Nigerian youth and drugs.
Okay.
So we have a good relationship with some embassies,
Okay.
but we've not discussed anything funding.
Wow. It's quite amazing, sir, to see what you do. And you're young and you're doing this. It's quite amazing to know that you have taken this upon yourself as a passion to reach out to youth, to reach out to the young ones going in a path that is not even good for them. Well, thank you so very much, sir, for all you do. And I want you to leave a word for the youth before we let you go. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello, sir. Okay, Mr. Lawan also has a football team. And now this is where he mentors young people, young children, into finding their passion. A lot of people, we say, when I grow up, I want to be this, I want to be that. Unfortunately, I think he's still having network issues. But I'm going to bring him on board again as we get into that football foundation where he is mentoring quite young children. Now, this is Mr. Lawa trying to catch them young, and that is the right thing to do. Not forcing them to be doctors or lawyers, but when you have the passion, your child have a passion for playing ball, you should reach out to Mr. Lawan. I was going to ask him, how can people reach out to you? I know some people I need, they will want to get in touch with him. So I will give him that chance to tell us how can people reach out in case they need to help or they need help themselves. Mr. Lawan, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Lawan. Okay, I think we're still having a network issues, but like I said, Mr. Lawan is here. Mr. Lawan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, Mr. Lawan, how can people reach out to you talking about support or if they are looking at they're troubled and they need help as well?
Okay, our email is info@bbfyi.org
Okay.
or bbfyini@gmail.com.
Okay, that would be a nice thing to do. Can you repeat that for us to hear you?
The email is info
Okay.
at bbfyi.org
Okay.
or bbfyini@gmail.com.
Very well then, Mr. Lawa. Just before we let you go, I was going to ask you to leave a word for the youth, but I remember also that you were mentoring young people into football. You have a football foundation. Now, what is this all about?
Okay, we have a football academy.
Okay.
We have under 13, we have under 15, and we have the adult team, 18, under 18, and that of above. It's a way of engaging youth
Okay.
to channel their strength into a profitable venture. Now, when they don't see a way or a means of channeling their strength, so that football academy is a way of giving them a kind of sense of belonging. And I know in no distant time, very great footballers will come out of that academy.
Yes, amen to that your prayer, Mr. Lawa. We know that it's actually amazing that you are catching them young. It's better they find their passion, their energy. They should channel their energy towards what they have passion for. And I'm thinking that those two who can reach out to you, they will definitely reach out to you because football is taking a toll in the world, and we all know that it's something that everybody wants to be part of. So that is another good move. We applaud you for that, Mr. Lawan. You're actually doing very well, bringing the youth together, trying to make sure that they find their passion quite early instead of, parading around or maybe being interlopers in other fields. So this is something we should applaud. And so I say, well done, Mr. Lawan, for all you do for the youths, the women, and the girls as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much as well for being on the show today. But before we let you go, leave a word for the youths.
Of course, we have always been encouraging them to have a kind of belief system in have a belief system in their nation, have a belief system in Nigeria and Africa. We wish a time will come where youth will travel out for vacation and not just going out and refusing to come back. That my advice is for them to just have a belief system in the country.
Wow, I do hope that we, the youth, will have a belief system, and I hope also that the government will give us the reason to have that belief. That is the truth, Mr. Lawa. The truth is bitter, but we will always say the truth. Now I know some other people. I know a friend of mine also who had everything going on. He just went to Libya and he was trying to travel to somewhere I don't know. So it's the thing of the mind. Anyway, kudos to you and your NGO, your organization. Thank you so much for all you do for the youth for Nigeria. We appreciate you. We applaud your work as well. Now, viewers, have been on the show with OLUWAGBEMISOLA LAWAL. He is the Executive Director of Building Bridges for Youths Initiative. Thank you and well done, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yes, viewers, you see, well, let's all put your hand here, put your hand here. Let's all join hands and help the youth. Reach out to as many people as you can reach out to. Now, you must not necessarily go far. Look around you. There must be somebody in need. There must be somebody crying for help. This is all we need you to do. And on Community Heroes, where we celebrate people like Mr. Lawan, who has been able to create a niche, a world where they make people feel comfortable, where they make people feel okay in spite of the hardship out there. We love your passion, and that is why we always come here every Tuesday to celebrate them. Well, thank you so much for being part of the show today. Before I go, don't forget to hit on the notification bell. Follow us on our social media handles, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, please do leave us with your comment. We'd love to hear from you. And remember also that peace is priceless, so let's always give peace a chance. I'll see you again next time. I remain yours truly, Princess Kessy.
Srtv. Innovative content. Global audience.
22. I don't know what you've been through, but let's hold space for something true. A Brixton night to place.